Hey guys, this is part 7 of my story Torn Apart. I hope you enjoy it. Disclaimer: the characters and pictures do not belong to me. All rights belong to their rightful owners. I don't see the characters the way I portray them in my story. As a reminder, my first language is not English. My English is not the best. This story contains a lot of angst. It will also have +16 scenes in later parts. I advise not to read this story if you are under 16 or not comfortable with these topics. Warning: mention of suicide attempt, depression, violence, underage drinking, and sex. When Osamu saw Atsumu calling him, he was very happy. But when Atsumu said he wanted to see him, he was happier than he had been in a long time. Osamu has been waiting for a chance to speak to his brother for 3 months. He never expected that he would agree to see him again. He thought they would exchange a few messages or call each other at first, but he never expected Atsumu to want to see him again so soon. He ran out of his room and burst into his parents' room. His parents jolted up in their bed. Both scream in shock. "Osamu, what the hell? What happened? Why do you come in our room like that? Do you want that? We get a heart attack? Atsumu called me. He said he wants me to visit him in Tokyo. I have the opportunity to meet my brother and rebuild my relationship with him. Why did he call you at 2 a.m.? Has something happened to him? Did he try to call us? No? I think he couldn't sleep. Can we go to Tokyo now, please? I want to see him. I miss him. Please, can we go? I don't want to miss the opportunity. No, our car is being repaired and renting one is too expensive. And you have to go back to school on Monday. We can go next weekend. I'm sure we can use Rin's parents' car. They are on a business trip this week and left the car at home. It doesn't matter if I miss school for a few days. Improving the relationship between me and Sumu is more important, isn't it? I'm scared. If I don't use this opportunity, he will change his mind again. If you want to make sure Atsumu really wants to see me, you can call him. No, it's okay, I believe you. I know you wouldn't lie about that. You can ask Suna about the car in the morning. Can't we go now? Then we'd be with him around noon. Otherwise we would be there at night. I think we can. Then go ask Suna. We're getting ready and making breakfast. Pack things for a few days. Thank you, Mama. I get dressed and go straight to him. Do you think it would be okay if Rin came too? I think his parents want Rin to be there when someone uses their car. And if the conversation with Tsumu doesn't go as well as I hope, I'll need him by my side. He can come with us for sure, but I think it would be better if we didn't take him with us to Tsumu. We will book a hotel room and then Suna can wait for us there. It will be best if we let Tsumu decide whether he wants to see Suna or not. We shouldn't put too much pressure on him, he's been getting worse lately. So we should be careful what we say." Osamu walked out of his parents' room. He went straight to his bathroom. He took a quick shower and packed his bathing suit. He went into his room and looked at what he wanted to wear. Osamu put on a black and red sweater that Atsumu gave him about 2 years ago. He changed into track pants. He packed a few things to change. He packed blue-gray jeans and 4 t-shirts, 1 black and 1 red, which he had received from Suna, and 2 gray t-shirts. He also took his sweater he wore the day before for Suna. Suna loves to wear Osamu's sweater, also to calm him down, because he had to wake him up in the middle of the night. Suna hated being woken up. Normally, Osamu would never wake his beloved, but since it was about Atsumu, he did it anyway. He knew Suna would forgive him if it was about something as important as reconciling with Atsumu. Suna knows how important reconciliation with his brother is to Osamu. Suna is a very lazy person. He is happy if he has nothing to do on a weekend. If he can watch a movie or series in his bed and sleep a lot. But Suna goes out of his comfort zone for Osamu to spend time with him. They often spend a weekend together in one of the two's rooms. But in between they also go on dates. Suna could do well without dates where he has to get out of his room, but he goes on dates in cinemas or in restaurants for his lover. Suna also prefers to spend their time together at his house. When they are at Osamu's house, they always eat with Osamu's parents. He always feels uncomfortable when he's with Osamu's parents, because of what he did to Atsumu. He always feels guilty for sitting at the same table as Atsumu's parents. Osamu and Suna also argued because Suna didn't want to go home to Osamu. Suna tries to have them at his house as much as possible, but when Osamu asks if they can be at his place, he usually says yes. Except when he's not doing particularly well. The two had been fighting over this weekend because Suna has been refusing to go home to Osamu for 3 weeks. That's why Osamu wasn't with Suna either. Osamu was a bit concerned because he feared he wouldn't want to come with them because of the argument. But Suna would put the reconciliation of the two brothers over such a silly argument. Suna loves Osamu with all his heart and would do anything to see him really happy again. Ever since Osamu and Atsumu fell out, Osamu has never really been happy. He was happy that he and Suna came together, but there was always a shadow over their happiness. Osamu left his room and made his way downstairs. But as he passed Atsumu's room, he thought he could take one of the things he had bought for him and give it to him. He opened the closet and looked through the clothes. He decided on a light brown sweater and a black jacket with a white zipper. He packed the things in his bag and went to Suna's home. He got the spare key in the garden, which they hid in a flower pot. He opened the door and sneaked to Suna's room. He had half a heart attack when suddenly Suna's father stood in front of him with a baseball bat. Mr. Suna also looked very scared. When Mr. Suna recognized Osamu, he sighed in relief. He lowered the baseball bat. Osamu, why are you sneaking into our house at almost 3 in the morning? Do you want to give us a heart attack? We thought someone was breaking into our house. Mr. Suna, I'm so sorry, I thought you were already on your business trip. And that's why you're sneaking into our house at this time? No, of course not. I wanted to ask Rin if we can use your car. My brother contacted me and he wants to see me. So I want to see him as soon as possible? And that couldn't have waited a few hours? No, I want to take the chance to reconcile with my brother. I miss him so much. And I'm scared if I don't leave right away that he'll change his mind again. Well, you can use our car if you take Rintaro with you so he can look after our car. Thank you very much, Mr. Suna. Good luck with your brother. And watch out for Rintaro. And never scares us like that again. Thank you. Of course, and I promise. Osamu went to Suna's room. He first knocked a couple of times and then cautiously walked into the room. Suna was still in a deep sleep. Osamu carefully sat down on the bed, in attempt not to startle his partner. He carefully placed his hand on Suna's cheeks and gently stroked them to slowly wake him up. He tried to be as careful as possible. Like that it takes a while for him to wake up, but he doesn't scare his partner and Suna won't be angry with Osamu for as long. Baby. Wake up please. Osamu stroked Suna's cheeks a little harder, which earned him an angry growl. Suna turned around and pulled his blanket over his head. He uttered something under his breath. Osamu couldn't understand what Suna was saying. Baby, please wake up. It's important. Fuck of Samu. Osamu pulled the blanket away from him, which earned him another angry growl and an annoyed whimper. Baby. Please? I wouldn't wake you up if it wasn't important. Baby, fuck off, I'm tired. Let me sleep? You can tell me in a few hours. Baby, it's about Atsumu. He wants to see me? I know you're mad at me because I didn't want to come to you yesterday. But it's about my brother. Suna sat up. He rubbed his eyes and looked at Osamu. Only now did he realize that Osamu was in his room, and when he went to sleep, he wasn't there yet. He looked puzzled at Osamu. When Suna saw the worried expression on Osamu's face, he woke up quickly. He leaned forward and hugged his partner. Did something happen? Are you okay? Is Atsumu okay? Atsumu called me 1.5 hours ago. He was drunk and he said he cheated on his boyfriend. Now he is not doing well. He called me and we talked a bit and he said he wanted to see me again. I want to go to Tokyo to see him now, but my parents' car is being repaired. We need the car from your parents so we can go to Tokyo? Your father already said that we can use it, but only if you come with us. So can you please get up and get ready? Please, it is very important to me to go to Atsumu as soon as possible. Here you have the sweater I wore yesterday. He opened his bag and took out his sweater and stretched it out to Suna. Suna took it and put it on immediately. He slowly crawled out of bed. He whined all the way to the bathroom, but he got ready anyway. Osamu opened Suna's closet and took out a pair of track pants, a pair of jeans, 4 t-shirts, and a jacket and put them in his bag. Then he went into Suna's bathroom and packed Suna's shower things, toothbrush, and his toothbrush, which he had forgotten. Osamu wrote to his parents that they could use the car. His father came over and fetched them both. They went to get their mother and took the breakfast in the car so that they could eat when they were hungry. Suna fell asleep again in the car. Mrs. Miya took a blanket for him when she saw that Suna was sleeping on Osamu's shoulder. Osamu's parents didn't forgive Suna yet, but they accepted him. In the meantime, they also saw how much he regretted his behavior towards Atsumu. They also tried to forgive him. They don't want to hate their son's boyfriend. They tried to treat Suna as decently as possible, for Osamu's sake. Sometimes when they particularly miss Atsumu, it happens that they say something to Suna that makes him uncomfortable. That's also the reason why Suna doesn't want to go home to Osamu lately. Osamu opened his phone and saw that Atsumu had texted him. Osamu and Atsumu's private chat. Thanks Osamu for talking. Omi and I talked about everything and we didn't break up. Maybe there is still hope for our relationship. We'll be able to talk about everything when we meet again. Oh, and if you want you can also write to me again. I'm very glad that you were able to get your problems out of the way. Thank you for wanting to listen to me. Osamu beamed all over his face. Yeah? Osamu let out a yell of joy. He startled his parents and he woke up his boyfriend. What the hell, Osamu? Do you want us to create an accident? Don't scare me like that when I'm driving. Why are you screaming so suddenly? Baby, can't you please let me sleep? You woke me up before today. Do you have to wake me up again? Can you please let me sleep until Tokyo? I need my sleep. Sorry? Atsumu wrote me that I can write to him again and that we can talk about everything when we meet again. Baby, are you sure it's alright if I'm coming with you? Osamu and Suna have promised each other that they will always tell each other the truth, even if it might hurt the other. They wanted to build a relationship based on trust together. The whole story with Atsumu and Samira made them realize that if you're not completely honest with each other, things like that can easily happen. Sometimes it still happens to them that they are not completely honest during an argument, but when they talk about it later, when both have calmed down, they are honest. No, I don't think it's a good idea if you come with me when I go to Atsumu. I'm not sure if he's really ready to forgive me, but I'm sure he's not ready to see you again. You should wait at the hotel. if he wants to see you we can always come get you. Suna looked sadly out of the window. Tears started rolling down his cheeks. He tried to stop crying, but to no avail. Osamu unbuckled himself and slid into a seat closer to Suna. He strapped himself in again and pulled Suna to him. Suna turned to Osamu and threw himself into his arms. Baby, you gotta give him some more time. I'm sure he can forgive you. You just need a little more patience. I know. I just thought I could see him. I miss him so much. I was hoping to apologize to him. I thought for a moment that there was still hope for us. To be honest, I think you should both talk to Atsumu. We hoped that Atsumu would be better once he was in Tokyo. That was the case at the beginning, but 5 weeks ago his mental state deteriorated again. He didn't want to tell us why, but something must have happened. 2 weeks ago it got even worse. I think maybe he needs to hear from you how sorry you are so he can get better. But I think it's better if you two talk to him separately. Even without us. 5 weeks ago? Wasn't that the first week of the new school year? Yes, it was. Why? Could it be that it started around Thursday? It was on Friday when I noticed that he was getting worse again. Do you know what happened? Not really, but I have a guess. 5 weeks ago we had a friendly game with the new team. We all took a picture together and uploaded it. I saw that Atsumu saw the picture. Me and the new setter stood next to each other. We had our arms on each other's shoulders. Maybe that's why Atsumu feels like we've replaced him. He also had Tsumu's number. Maybe that has a connection. Maybe he thinks we don't need him anymore. After how we've treated him, it's obvious. It's all my fault. If only I hadn't been such an ass. Why did I have to treat the most important person in my life so crappy? I hope I didn't completely ruin the relationship with Atsumu. I hope he can forgive me. Osamu started crying. Suna hugged him and stroked his back soothingly. Baby, it wasn't all your fault, I'm just as much to blame. And the rest of the team too, and the most blame is on Samira. It's no good if we break ourselves over our guilt. We must try to make amends. You know Atsumu better than anyone and you know he can forgive you. I firmly believe that you will be able to restore the relationship with Atsumu. It amazes me how grown up you two have become in the last 3 months. You two aren't the ones who bullied my son anymore. Once Atsumu sees this, I'm sure he can forgive you. And as soon he forgive you I can forgive you too, Suna. But please don't put too much pressure on him. Now try to relax a bit. We still have a long journey ahead of us. Thanks Mom, Dad. Thank you for not giving up on me. After a while, the two fell asleep in the back seat. They both slept restlessly. They were both scared to see Atsumu again, but they were happy for each other too. They were afraid of what Atsumu might tell them. But they were happy to finally see him again after 3 months. When they arrived at the hotel, they put the bags in the room. Osamu shared a room with Suna and Osamu's parents shared a room. Suna got into bed and took out his phone. Osamu is waiting for his mother to pick him up in the room so that she can drive him to Atsumu. Osamu nervously paced in the hotel room. Samu, calm down. Everything will be fine. I'm sure Atsumu will forgive you. What if he doesn't want to see me after all? Baby, calm down. If that's the case, you'll have another chance to reconcile with him later. It's only been 3 months. What if he doesn't remember our conversation? After all, he was drunk. Baby, don't torture yourself with what-if questions. It comes, as it must. If he can't forgive you yet, we'll both be there for each other and wait together until Atsumu is ready to listen to us. Thank you, Rin. I don't know what I would do without you. Suna opened his arms to show Osamu to cuddle in his arms. Osamu went to the bed and cuddled into Suna's arms. He laid his head on Suna's chest. Suna closed his arms around Osamu. He stroked his lover's hair. He placed gentle kisses on his forehead. I love you, Osamu Miya. I will always stay by your side, no matter what else is in store for us. You'll never get rid of me? Rintaro Miya, I love you too. And as if I ever want to get rid of you. Rintaro Miya? Now I got your last name. Why not Osamu Suna? Because that sounds stupid. Yeah, you're right. It does sound stupid. The door of the room opened and Osamu's mother came in. Osamu, are you ready? Suna, you wait here, alright? We'll come get you when Osamu is done. Okay, Mrs. Miya, I'll wait. Here. Osamu, text me if something is up. I'm ready, Mom. Let's go. The two drove 15 minutes to the Comoros. There she rang the bell and waited for someone to come to the door. When the door opened, a brown-haired small boy stood in front of them with thick eyebrows. Osamu has seen the boy at the national championships before. Aiko? What are you doing here? Atsumu didn't say anything that you want to come? Hey Motoya. He doesn't know anything about it either. Can he come in and talk to him? He is not there. He slept by Kiyomi. But I don't think he wants to see him. He called me yesterday and he said he wanted to see me. Aiko, can I talk to him alone for a moment? Of course I can wait in the living room. Osamu-san, you can come to my room. Osamu is just fine. They both went to Motoya's room. Motoya closed the door. He turned and punched Osamu square in the face. This is for everything you did to Atsumu. I am so sorry. I know I should never have treated him like that. But you did it anyway. You weren't the one who had to find his farewell letters. You weren't the one to get up in the middle of the night because Atsumu had a nightmare because of you. You're not the one to hold him when he throws up because he's been drinking too much. And it wasn't you who had to be neutral after cheating on my cousin. I was the one who was always there for Atsumu after you broke him. Me and Kiyo are the ones who have always been there for him for the past 8 months. I know. Don't you think I hate myself for it every day? I regret everything I did to Atsumu. I wish I could undo it, but now I can't. The only thing I can do is try to make amends. And if Atsumu is willing to meet me, I will take the opportunity and try to rebuild the relationship with my brother. I also want to thank you, Komura-san, for saving my brother. I couldn't have lived with the guilt if he had taken his own life. If Atsumu forgives you, don't think you'll have it easy afterwards. Me and Kiyo will protect Atsumu at all costs. I don't expect anything else. I didn't deserve his forgiveness and I know it. But I won't give up my brother that easily. I will take everything on me and do everything for him to forgive me again. Well, you can go to Atsumu, but I will come with you. Thank you. The two left the room and went to Osamu's mother. Oh my God, what happened? What happened to your face? Motoya, what did you do? Mom. It's all right. I deserve it. Mrs. Miya held the cheek that was red from the blow. Can we please go to Atsumu now? The three went to the car together and drove 5 minutes to the Sakuatsu's home. They explained to Kiyomi's parents what they had planned. They wanted to give the 4 boys time to talk. Mrs. Sakuatsu went to tell the couple. The Sakuatsus and Mrs. Miya went to a nearby restaurant for a drink together and waited for one of the guys to text them. Osamu was waiting in the living room for his brother to come out of the bedroom. He was waiting for a while. He was looking around until the bedroom door opened. But not his brother came out. Instead there stand a tall black-hair boy. He assumed that he was Atsuma's boyfriend. Osamu looked behind him to see if Atsumu was coming out too, but the bedroom door closed without Atsumu coming out. Osamu knew immediately what that meant. He lowered his head and had to fight back tears. He doesn't want to see me? Yesterday he told me on the phone that he wanted me to come to Tokyo. He doesn't remember anything from yesterday. He doesn't remember anything after he left my room until he came back and we had a fight. He doesn't remember all of our fight. You are Sakuatsu, right? Atsumu's boyfriend? Please don't be mad, Atsumu. I don't know everything that happened, but from the way he sounded yesterday, he certainly didn't want to cheat on you. Yes, I'm Atsu's boyfriend. We talked about it yesterday and I know he didn't mean to cheat. Though Atsu didn't remember that he talked to you yesterday. He doesn't want to talk to you. Osamu was shaking and fighting back tears. He was very excited to see his brother again, but as his hopes were soon dashed, he fought back tears. With every word he came closer to tears. It's okay, we'll call M, my mom, T, to P, pick M, me you, up. This is the end of part 7. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a new Instagram account where I will make updates and where I will upload eventual smut scenes. Sakuatsu heart. Link is in the description. I apologize for the grammatical errors. Write me a comment how you liked the story. Don't forget to follow. If someone wants a video, please let me know it. I will try to write your ideas as best as possible.